let's see some of the features, what are the interesting ones, how you can build use cases on top of it. Let's see what we have for the agenda that we are going to cover for the next few minutes. So first we'll get started with AI shift. So we'll understand what triggered this transformation and how it is impacting the businesses worldwide. So that by understanding this, you will know or you will understand what you are up to when you're going to join the industry, right? And then we'll of course see Google AI Studio, your playground for innovation. We'll see what are the new features that is released, how you can prototype and experiment with different models. So we'll have a look on that, and then of course we will see about Cloud Run. Uh, how many of you people know Google Cloud, or at least done some certifications or programs around Google Cloud? Awesome. So what's Cloud Run? Come on. 15 people at least have raised their hands on Google Cloud, and Cloud Run is the most easiest service in Google Cloud. Right. So, sorry? Please. To deploy serverless applications. Right. So, it's a container orchestration platform where you can launch your servers, launch your applications without the need for managing your servers or worrying about the scaling. Right. So, AI does it for you. And then, of course, we will see the most exciting part, that is career playbook and some better challenge, where it will help you build your own AI story, showcase it in your resume, right? And of course, use AI to solve the problems around you, right? Sounds exciting? To an extent, at least. Right. So let's get started. So let's start with AI shift, guys. Because what you're going to see here is not hype, definitely not interest, right? It's pure data-backed transformation, right? And the image you are going to see here, this is part of a report from McKinsey, which is a very popular firm, and this has come probably a few months back, and it says it talks about AI adoption. So if you see the graph over the years, the growth of AI has largely been consistent. Sure, thank you. So, yeah, I mean, the growth of AI has largely been consistent, right? So it was useful, but nothing revolutionary, right? But then came Gen AI, and everything just skyrocketed, right? So the steep upward curve you are able to see there. So that's not high, right? So that's where organizations starting to use AI across their businesses, services, and workflows, right? And here's the thing, let me tell you one, as a matter of fact, most of the organizations today, whether it is code reviews, whether it is report generations, or whether, it's about customer interaction scripts, right? Who do you think are doing these things? They are being done by AI co-pilots, right? So which is freeing engineers from, and making them focus more on problem solving, creative thinking, be part of decision making rather than doing the repetitive jobs, right? And the second, visual, again coming from the same report, that's from McKinsey, and it also tells equally an important story, which should be important for all of you. And it says, in the last 1 year, 44% of the organizations that exist across the world have reskilled more than 10% of their workforce in AI. They have reskilled the professionals, more than 10% of their company's workforce. That's big. And this number is expected to grow. And what it is saying is, in the next 3 years, 1 in every 4 companies have committed to reskill more than 50% of their workforce in AI. Right? So the world is definitely not debating whether AI will change the jobs. It's already preparing how. Right? And and the advantage that some of you might have is you're entering the industry at the right time, because the organizations are looking for people who don't just code with AI but build and think with it, right? And understanding this shift, guys, it's definitely not about fear. It's not about fear, right? It's about readiness, right? Because the professionals are reskilling now. Professionals like me and several others, it's been a decade since we have entered into this industry, right? So we are reskilling now. Now the advantage that you have is you're starting afresh, and with the right set of AI tools, one could be Google AI Studio, you know, you can get started in this journey, right? So let's move ahead. Right. So the interesting question again is, where do you start in this revolution? Right. So yeah, I mean, yes. So thing is, if you're not able to build the next Chat GPT tomorrow or the Claude, it's totally fine, right? Because what is important is where you start, right? So you can build something like a personal study companion, one that solves your problem. Forget about problem the world is facing or someone else might be facing. Think about you. How you can use AI to improve yourself. You can build something like a personal study companion that can help you summarize your notes, or build some kind of AI email classifier, one that sorts out your messages in your email, or something like a career coach that can help you with interviews, gives you advice, understand how you can reinvent your ideas and articulate it better, right? So these might be small applications, but they are real AI use cases that has your creativity and problem solving. Now that's exactly what the recruiters would love to see, right? And let me tell you the interesting part. You don't need to be a machine learning expert, or you don't even need a GPU to get started. Everyone understands GPU, right? Yeah, you don't even need that to get started. Because with tools like Google AI Studio, you can build this conversational experiences, prototype with different models that are available across Google, Gamma and all, and you can experiment with your ideas and all without having to write any code. Right? Are you able to follow what I'm trying to say? Yeah. No problem. No. So, so let's get started with Google AI Studio. So, just for the interest of time, right? So, let me directly go to AI Studio and let's see as we move forward with some features we'll discuss on the go. Yeah. Right. So, is it visible? You want me to zoom in a bit? Okay. It's possible? Yeah. Now it's fine, right? I mean, lighting now is off. Yeah. So this is, as you see, the landing page of Google AI Studio. This one. Yeah. So this is the landing page of Google AI Studio, guys. It's aistudio.google.com. Like, I mean, anyhow, I have a scanner later on. You can just scan to have those links. Don't worry about it. And all you need is your Gmail ID, right? So you see here, the moment I just logged in, because I'm already connected through Chrome. So I mean, probably through my email ID. So it's already picking it up. But you can always switch your accounts based on the account that you would like to use, right? And this is the landing page where you can see dashboard. It is telling you what all the new features that has been come up with this studio. And let's move to the chat interface, guys, to start with. So you can see here in the chat interface, it's almost like a mini research lab, right? You can write your prompts, or even if you're not sure what is the prompt that you enter, it is giving you ideas. If you are observing at the bottom, design customer cards, show me different logos and brand swag ideas and all that stuff, right? And here you can always select and play with different models, right? So you see here, there is something called as, Nano Banana, which is an image editing model, Gemini 2.5 Pro, or it could be Flash latest, which is a lighter model, and or if you are interested to do something around the images, you also have the image models, Imagen, which is the most popular model of Google. Or if you want to generate a short videos, right? So you also have View. How many of you have tried Google Vids to generate these short videos? Google Vids, VIDS, probably a short form for videos, right? So in fact, Google, using this model called diffusion model called as View, you can also generate videos, short clips, and you can build your bigger story by just prompting. And it generates amazing videos, let me tell you that, right? Not like Bahubali, but at least to an extent, it also generates comfortable images and videos. right? State of art models. And similarly for audio also you might be having. So I have done some predefined chats. Just coming to the session, I've just figured out what all things that we can do. So it's like, and also, I just asked it to be kind of a technical interviewer. Ask me a few questions. I've just prompted like, pretend you are my technical interviewer for a cloud computing internship. Ask me three challenging questions, and after I give my answer, please give me feedback. So it asked me some questions, then I gave my response, and then it thought about it, and then it gave where I have done better or what I could improve myself with the answer, just like a regular model. And what's important is you can play with configurational parameters, like you can set the temperature, you can set the tone, right? You can decide the output length, right? I'm sure some of you guys might be knowing about this. Temperature could be to decide how much creativity you want in the response, right? So all those sorts of things you can, or you want to ground with some kind of Google search, you can always integrate those tools on the left hand side, right? So that is how powerful this tool is, which will help you to experiment with ideas, right? And it's also about images. I've generated some images. I've asked it to generate. Okay, some issue with the Wi-Fi, I guess. Yeah, I've asked it to generate. Yeah, generate an image of a futuristic Indian university where robots and students collaborate in an open-air auditorium surrounded by greenery, right? And it generated this image. And this is one of the lightest image model that I've used to generate, right? And and you have larger models as well. One of the premium models of Gemini with Imagen, I've asked it to generate a cartoon style image of an auto rickshaw with an AI brain cruising along the Vizag beach, right? So palm trees and sunrise in the background, and it has generated me something like this, right? So it's quite artistic in that sense, but yeah, it's doing the job for me, right? And similarly, I used it to generate video as well. What did I use? Yeah. So sorry. So videos you can generate over a day, 10 videos, and it says create a second dynamic video montage set at DevFest, students collaborating in a high-end energy tech lab, hands-on laptops, presenting AI apps on large screen, right? And you see what it generated. So it generates like 5 to 6 second clips. Right. So it's generated something, right? And you can generate multiple clips of this, and of course you can, create a proper video in a editing tool like Camtasia and all that stuff, right? So that's how powerful it is. And what's also important is, see, these are all features in bits and pieces existing elsewhere. But how about using AI to be as your friend, right? It can talk to you live. It's not like you copy some bit and paste it there and tell me to do something. Instead, it can talk live, right? Now that is also a new feature which is there in Google AI Studio, and it's called as live, right? So when you choose a model like Flash Native, see, it will allow you to talk, use webcam, and you can also share screen. So let's assume I'm sharing my screen, right? So yeah, share the entire screen. Okay. Yeah, it's allowed. Yeah, let me move to my slide. Okay, Jimny, can you give me what this slide is trying to tell me? Let's see whether it's able to pick up. Yeah. So see here, it's trying to think about it. Yeah. So this slide has 3 features. It's talking about it. Yeah. Then I stop the response. But you understand the importance of this. It's serving as a collaborator. Like imagine you're doing some Excel sheets, right? Filtering some responses. You want to write some functions, right? And what you will do, you will again tell the same idea, the story behind it, and then you ask ChatGPT or Claude to help you with writing functions and stuff. What about a tool that is seeing just with your eyes, along with your eyes, and it is suggesting right away? There's no need for you to go and You can tell the story to some other platform to help you get responses. Right? So that's how powerful this tool is. It can serve you as a collaborator, it can serve you as a programmer. Right? And of course, the other feature is all about building the applications. So you can see here, you can build your ideas with Gemini. We spoke about vibe coding, right? So you can prompt your idea and it can generate the application for you, right? And what's important is, guys, you can see here, how this application is different to other platforms. Now, it is giving you a lot of ready-made templates, right? So if you want to bring conversational experiences, chatbots, all the ready-made templates is available for you, right? Or you want to integrate some of the Google services, like you want Google search uh, in your application, you want YouTube in your application, or you want some kind of speech recognition in your application. Everything is possible with this, right? And right now, I'm not prepared what is the application that I wanted to create and show it to you on live. But what I can do here is, I am feeling lucky. There is a button called I am feeling lucky, and it generates random ideas. Now, let's see what we have in the story that it generates. Yeah, it's asking on-demand merchandise mockups. Upload your logo in the AI places in various product shots, shows previews, and let you export print-ready files. So something to do with the marketing and HR people, right? So let's do it. Let me just click on build it, and you see here, guys, and this is a kind of a platform which just not builds you some index.html file. It's not just index.html file. It's giving you a modular application which with the most popular technology support as well. It supports React, it supports Angular. It's not like writing some HTML code, right? And you see here, it's of course thinking, and then it will take some time, based on the network, and it keeps generating the application. See there, it started to generate the applications, right? And what is at stake for us? Just creating an email ID, right? Once you have your email ID, you can generate the applications just at the speed of thought. Nothing else. You don't need to go and attend any training program. You don't need to go and see any YouTube video. Everything just happens at Google Studio. And what I can tell you, it's absolutely free of cost. No credits, no credit card. No need to ask your friends or parents and using that money for something else, of course. But yeah, I'm saying there's no other things that would be required, right? All you need is a laptop and the internet. And you can see it generated the application for us, right? And okay, you can always chat about it and say, no, I want a brighter code, I want a different brand icons. All these things you can integrate. I can tell you openly that we have created most of our accelerators in the company with this Google AI story, right? And what's also important is we spoke about Cloud Run. Someone said, yes, Sai, it's something to do with serverless and you can host your applications. Now, how about I can use the application that I've generated right here and I can release it to the production. I can release it to the world. And how simple it is, you see there is an option to deploy app. Just select, you have to create a new project or you can choose any of the existing projects. Okay, let me change the name. I'll just name it as DevFest-demo. Yeah. So now let's deploy this application. Yeah, it'll take a while. Yeah. So then let's redeploy the app. Just verifies the project, containerizes your application, right? So because containerizes is the way forward, Cloud Run accepts only containers. So now there you see it's deploying to Cloud Run, right? Let's wait for a moment. Yeah. So the URL is ready, which you can share it with others. See there? You're able to see the application live. And just generate some things if possible. Yeah, I have some logo of my company. Okay, I have to describe t-shirt, something like that. Let me just enter. Let's see if it's able to generate some markup. Yeah, it's creating something. Okay, I think something to do with API. Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, you can always test it, but my intention of telling you is you can always launch applications to life, to production, right? And I'm not coming with some predefined idea to get started. I just asked you to generate an idea and we just got started. Similarly, you can build so many chatbots and conversational interfaces with the help of Google AI Studio, right? So, yeah, so that's about demo. And yeah, so while you see all these features that are coming into the market, now you can ask me questions. Okay, Sai, now what it has to do with my data, right? So ultimately, the last question can trickle down to that. So guys, we all come with one specific mindset that, but it's always important to understand that while your degrees can get you shortlisted, it's the project that can get you hired. See, recruiters these days are not asking, do you know Python? Are you a full stack developer? How much years have you spent in developing these things or learning about these things? Or what is your high school project that you've done? So these are all questions which used to happen a decade back, probably. But now people are asking, they are interested to know whether you are able to think in an AI first mindset. Now, what does that mean, AI first mindset? It's about, let's assume that, they might be asking about prompt engineering, right? Are you able to write good prompts to get the precise outcomes, right? Are you able to understand what model to use at what point of time for what application? Means do you understand a model's capabilities, limitations? And it's also about integrations. Are you able to create APIs around it? Are you able to build data schemas, user interfaces, just the one like we built, right? And you imagine walking into an interview, and let's say, all of you think for a second. Now, if I ask you, how did you prepare for this interview? Okay, imagine a recruiter is asking, okay, what's your mode of preparation coming into this interview, right? So, if the same question was asked to me, probably a decade back when I was getting interview, we used to defend that answers. Yes, we have done some research about the company. We have understood where is the major business coming in from, what is the domain, and we have revised some topics that are relatable to it. And then to ground out data or to give some confidence, I have referred some YouTube videos, right? But that's definitely a convincing response. But that's a decade back, that we used to do something like that. But imagine now the same question is asked to you, and in this AI transformation era, you can respond something like, "Yes, to prepare for this interview, I have built an application, something like a digital mirror, something that can help me with mock interviews, right? Giving different personalities and styles." What do you mean by personalities? Means because a curious HR, it could be the HR interviewer, it could be a technical architect, or it could be a fast-paced startup founder, right? And you're able to align your responses based on different styles, right? And you can also add this didn't just help me with answers, but it gave me how to handle pressure, how to articulate my ideas better, right? So that's really solid. That's what employers would definitely love to see, right? Because see, guys, AI here is not to replace anyone, but it can definitely reveal who can think differently, right? So with your problem solving, your storytelling, your creativity, and the right set of AI tools like Google AI Studio, you don't just learn AI, but you stand out with it, right? So before the wrap, uh, yeah. So I have a small challenge for all of you. I want to call it as a build a challenge, right? So what you could do is I want you guys to build two different applications with Google AI Studio over the next 1 week, right? You can do from your mobile, of course. If you're interested to do from your laptop, it's fine. But yeah, now what I want you guys to do is let the first application be to develop yourself, right? So understand, what are the problems that are around you, right? Okay, if you're low on attendance, tell me what are the areas that I can bunk. How can AI help me, right? Or okay, what are the movies that are aligning to my interests? Okay, so let's assume that try to connect your data with your social media or your digital streaming platforms to the ones that are running onto your theaters. Think about it. Think about idea. Your job is only to ideate. Your job is not to code anymore. Your job is to ideate, right? So think what is the problem that it can solve for you, or something like a digital mirror solution that I have just said, right? So think how you try to build a solution to or engineer a solution from where it can help you to improve yourself. Or and the second application could be something related to your domain, right? So you can think, I mean, if you're see what is a problem that you're facing with your domains. Something, let's say you're from CS, think about code reviews, think about debugging tools. You know how AI can be useful there. Or if you're from electronics, I was from electronics. Think from how sensor data, how you can do the visualizations and AI help you with that. Or if you're from HR, marketing, think about how you can generate ideas, brand logos, the one it was suggesting us in Google AI Studio what we are trying to build. Right? So after building, guys, don't just stop there. Okay? Now I want to take this movement beyond FS. Right? So I don't know. I mean, see, I'm not Gen Z, of course, but so see what is after building the applications. See, please share it on LinkedIn, on so Instagram, whatever you're comfortable with, right? And use the right logos, GDG, or you can also tag me if possible, right? So because it's not about visibility, guys, right? It's about creating a community that share, learn, and grow together, right? Because when you build applications, you learn, but when you share, you have the opportunity to inspire, right? So let's make it happen and let's show to the world what the next gen innovators of Visa can do, right? So, yeah, so that's a wrap. And I'm assuming that the small conversation really helped you in understanding AI not just as a technology, but how to use it as a creative partner. And I was of some use to you, right? So, yeah, so if at all you would like to continue this conversation, right, you can scan the code. And by the way, all the slides, the slide deck, and also, my details of my LinkedIn, WhatsApp, or the application that we have created, that's also available in this slider. In this QR code. You may please feel free to do that. And I'm interested to listen from you and your ideas. And if you want to seek any feedback of the application that you have created, feel free to get in touch. Right? And I really want to thank Gds Hall for organizing this wonderful platform for collaborating and sharing our ideas. And start building, start innovating. And I'm excited to see what you're going to build next. Thank you, guys. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
I believe his name is Randy Weiser. Yeah. So I read the description of the talk. And I was like, okay, we have someone who was in Vizag, went out, built a wonderful career, and coming back to share their knowledge and expertise with us. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
For sharing that.
Thank you. Pleasure is mine. Thank you. Continue. You have a phone? Yeah, it's mine.
Somewhere.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you so much. Can I remove this or someone wants it?
No, I'm just connecting directly.
Okay. So this.
I'll connect with this. I'll do it. Send the mail.
Already shared, right? Yeah, this one. Later. Third one. Yeah.